So this is something that I've kind of wanted to talk about because it's been something that has kind of shown up on X, on YouTube, as relating to the Invincible versus open beta that happened a couple weeks ago. There's been a lot of talk about rage quitting because a lot of people were rage quitting during the open beta, and there's stuff all over with that. And some people defending their rage quittingness and people attacking them for it. And I just kind of want to, it kind of posed the question, is rage quitting actually bad? And it's kind of a weird question to ask because the answer is relatively simple, in my opinion, is yes. But I do understand why people do it because I've been there. I've done it. I've been in that mindset where you want to do it. And I kind of want to talk about that, of understanding that mindset and how to fix it. I've had to make the mindset shift to go from someone who gets mad all the time and wants to just quit the match to changing just how I thought about the whole process. That's really, helped me understand why I'm playing in the first place. I'm playing to have fun and I enjoy fighting games. And that's what it's all about. And so some people may click on this video in reference to other types of games, but I'm mainly specific about fighting games here. And here's the thing, right? Rage quitting, full stop, is bad sportsmanship. It just is. Regardless of the reasoning, it's not a good sportsman-like thing to do. And I understand that there's a lot of people that play fighting games for different reasons, right? You might be somebody that wants to play these games because you want to get to the top % of whatever game you're playing. You want to be a pro. You want to be one of the best. There are others that are like me that just want to have fun. You enjoy a fighting game. You enjoy maybe a specific fighting game. And you just want to play characters, have fun, and improve at your own pace and your own level. And that's kind of where I fit in. And I'll preface this too, because many of you watch this, you're going to be new to the channel. I'm very beginner when it comes to fighting. This is kind of the start of my journey, really, in fighting games. I've always loved them. I grew up with them, had long breaks throughout my life not playing them. And every time I jump back into them, I would train a little bit, feel like I was doing really good, and then I'd go online and get hammered. And I just felt all the time like I deserved to win for whatever reason. And I kind of understand that concept. I think a lot of people rage quit. And if I may share my experience a little bit, as this may relate to some of you watching this who may do it and are kind of looking for ways to stop doing it. For me, a big reason for why I used to rage quit in matches is this idea that I deserve to win, that I've put in some work, and I feel like if I jump into a match and just get hammered, it's kind of a personal attack. You kind of feel like everything that you've done is not worth anything. And that's kind of hard to get over. It's an ego thing, and sometimes once you're getting beat, you kind of have this idea that, hey, I know how to get back at them. I'm going to quit the match right before they win or whatever. I'm going to deprive them of this victory. It's very tempting. It's very tempting. And I used to think, to justify my actions, why should I sacrifice my enjoyment? Hey, I paid for this game or whatever. Why should I sacrifice my fun so somebody else can have fun? Well, that logic only got me so far because I understand it. But the reality is that's kind of a mindset focusing so much on the destination that I want to be the best. I need to win all these matches, versus the mindset of the journey to get there, whatever it is your end goal is. And for me, I'm like, well, I'm not trying to be the best at anything. I'm not trying to be an esports pro or whatever. I'm not trying to go to Evo. I just want to play and have fun. So if I'm playing all these matches and I fight somebody better than me who beats me, who cares? In that match, I may have actually found a small improvement for myself to get better. It doesn't matter if I win or lose. Why am I so obsessed with just winning? It doesn't do anything for me, but that's not an easy thing to really do. It's not actually as easy as it looks, because I think if you're like me, you don't like to lose, and losing is not something that most people enjoy or, can really just brush off their shoulder. It's really hard to get over that. And so what's helped me a lot is, and I kind of made a video about this a few months back, of just how to enjoy and have fun in fighting games when you're struggling. And I recommend checking that out. I think it's on the homepage of my channel, because there's some stuff I talk about in there that I won't talk about in this. But a lot of it is a mindset shift to looking for the small victories in whatever it is you're doing. You know, the reality is you're going to go online, especially if you're new, and you're going to lose a lot. You're going to lose a lot, especially if you jump into a fighting game that's been out for a while. You know, with Invincible versus coming around the block, you know, it's a chance to play with a lot of new people. But I'll be honest, I played the closed beta. I didn't play the open beta. And I was getting thrashed, man. I was getting thrashed, and it was tough, dude. And I get it, but it's one of those things that's part of the experience when you play with other people, right? Is there's people that are gonna be better than you. But when you start focusing on what can I do to improve, and that video I talked about, you know, if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you get this, is to kind of be like Goku. Right? It's not about being the best in the world. You know, it's I want to fight better people because I want to get better. You know, it's like, what can I do to improve? I mean, if you've watched Dragon Ball or you've read the manga, you understand how Goku gets beat down. He gets beat down. But what does he do? He gets back up and he keeps going. Right? He gets excited that he just lost to this powerful opponent because he wants to, he sees that as now a point to get to. And how can I be better to get at that level or be better than that level? You know, and so when I started going into matches, because I've been playing Dragon Ball FighterZ recently, and my experience with Dragon Ball FighterZ obviously coming in 8 years later, hadn't played, you know, when it came out and a little bit here and there, I was fully expecting to just get my ass beat of all these people online, and that has happened. But I've actually surprisingly won quite a few matches as well, and each time in those matches, I'm looking for little things to reward myself. Hey, I did this combo. You know, I've been working on this combo for a little bit. I actually pulled it off. That's exciting. Hey, my defense was a lot better in this match. You know, those little things add up to the victories in my head that keeps me going, that keeps me improving. And it's actually a weird shift to start seeing as opponents, you know, seeing them in a light of more, wow, like I can't wait till I can do that one day. Or I can't believe that's something that you can actually do in this game. You know, and it's crazy. It's crazy to see people do these crazy combos that I, at my level especially, could never dream of doing. But it's cool that it's possible and that I could do that, you know, in Dragon Ball FighterZ specifically. But the temptation to rage quit is there, and I get that. And that's why I'm not trying to lecture anybody, because I've been there. You know, the urge is still there sometimes. You know, like I said, I don't like to lose. But it's not good sportsmanship, and it is bad. There's really no justification for it. You know, like I said, it's you know, your enjoyment of the game, whatever your goal is to play these games, should be to have fun. And whether that's having fun and trying to reach the highest level, or whether it's casual play or whatever, you know, is to have fun with the game and have fun with the journey. You know, have fun with the progression of becoming the best, or just becoming better yourself. You know, I don't want to pick up a game and just be good at it instantly. Like, that doesn't really satisfy me. You know, seeing the improvements in Dragon Ball FighterZ, and when I actually managed to win, how exciting that actually is crazy. You know, it's super, super fun to realize your work is paying off, and it will pay off. I promise you, it's going to pay off as you keep trying. You know, so don't give up. Don't give up on it. You know, and sorry for the noise if you hear it. You know, I live next to a main road, and sometimes it's crazy. There's not much I can do about it until I move. So sorry about that. But yeah, I get it, man. I get going online and feeling like, you know what, I should just put my controller down because there's like nothing I can do about this. You know, you find people like that. It's just, it is what it is, but it's a learning opportunity to become better. Right. And not every match is going to be that way. For most fighting games that you play, not every match is going to be that way. You know, like I'm somebody that kind of stopped spending a lot of time in training mode just because I'm at a level where I don't really know what to train sometimes. So I just jump in online and kind of, you know, I do a little bit of training, figure out a little bit of, you know, what characters I want to play, what they do a little bit. And then I kind of throw myself in the fire and start to realize things I need to work on, you know, that way, so that I can go train stuff that, you know, is now more obvious of what I need to do. The basis of what I want to get at, like I said, I don't want to rant too much. I don't script things. I kind of put down plot points type stuff and just kind of speak heart to heart to you guys, because like I said, I get the reasoning behind it. I get the urge to rage quit. You know, I completely get it. And when you're not having fun, you're not having fun. But you know, okay, finish the match. You know, it might take 20 more seconds, and then you can take a break, pause for a second, you know, take a walk, you know, go do some arcade match, go do something that kind of cools you back down. But the biggest advice I could suggest for those of you who rage quit, who struggle with that, is learn to get rid of your ego. Learn to shift your mindset to self-improvement instead of, I got to be the best. I got to beat everybody, and what little things you can improve, and rejoice in the things you do improve on. Even if it's a small thing, even if you're learning how to anti-air, even if you're learning just movement better, those little things add up, and it makes you feel good when you actually pull off stuff that you're trying to learn. So yeah, I mean, rage quitting's bad. It's bad sportsmanship. Don't do it. I get sometimes it may happen, but work on it. Work on being better at it. And this is kind of, like I said, this is coming from a beginner. This is coming from somebody who loses all the time. Yeah, I'm not a pro. I'm not somebody that's trying to preach to you, that's just really good so you don't understand. I get it. I am not that good, but I enjoy fighting games. I enjoy playing them. I enjoy doing cool stuff with cool characters, and so can you. It might take a little bit of time, but I believe in you guys, man. So yeah, that's kind of all I have on that. It's not a super long video or anything, but just kind of wanted to share some of my thoughts and a little bit of words of encouragement. Obviously it's something that everybody struggles with, especially in competitive games. Quitting is something that's hard not to do when you're not having fun, but there are ways to improve on that. And I know you guys can do it. So I'm looking forward to Invincible Versus when it comes out. We're going to be checking it out. We're going to go on, we're going to do the story mode. We're going to do some arcades. I think there's maybe story with that. And we're going to go online. And guess what? We're going to get beat hard. We're going to, I might win some. I might lose a lot. If it's anything like the closed beta, I'm probably going to lose a lot. But you know what? We're going to find characters that I like. I'm going to find moves that I think are cool. And I'm going to try to improve at my own pace, at my own level, and try to do cool shit. Win or lose. So you can have fun even when you lose matches. It's possible. I promise. But that's it for me, guys. But please put your own advice in the comments for people who are struggling with that, or maybe you just, hey, rage quitting is the way to go. Maybe you're in that camp. I don't know. I don't think many people are in that camp. But put your advice down in the comments. Like this, part of the reason I'm doing this is to help beginners and newcomers enjoy fighting games at their level and improve at their own pace and stick with it, and trying to make content so you guys can see somebody that's not very good but still having fun and trying to get better with you guys, so we can look back where we came from where we're at now and see all the improvement. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to watch this. Hopefully this helps a little bit, maybe some of you. Like I said, it's pretty obvious that rage quitting is not good, but that's it for me on this Geek Talk. We'll do probably another one, obviously, as things come up that I want to talk about in the fighting game space, and we'll talk about some stuff. So keep up the good work. Keep trying, keep pushing, go even further beyond what you are now. We'll see you next time.